Hello guys, welcome to Sane Anime. Today we are talking about upcoming Isekai and fantasy anime. Before we begin, remember to subscribe. Let's get right into the list.
私、花咲凛子はこの世界で目を覚ました。
Number 10. The reason why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion. When Park Yunha dies in modern-day Korea, she awakens in the body of Raeliana Macmillan, the eldest daughter of a nouveau riche baron. However, this is no ordinary world, it's the exact same one as a novel she once read. Beloved by her family, it would seem as though she is in a fairy tale. But Raeliana is far from the main character, she is a mere plot device, whose murder at the hands of her fiancé instigates the entire story. Raeliana has no intention to accept her fate quietly. She sets her eyes on someone in a position of great power, the vieux riche male protagonist, Duke Noah Volstaire Winknight, aiming to completely change the original story. Using her knowledge of future events, Raeliana offers information to Noah on the conditions that he acts as her fake fiancé, but the Duke's two-faced nature throws a wrench in her plans.
中小企業に勤める私、その日もブラックな残業を終えて趣味のゲームに没頭していたと。しかし
Number 9. I'm in love with the villainous. Ordinary office worker Rei Ohashi wakes up in the body of the protagonist of her favorite otome game, Revolution. To her delight, the first person to greet her is also her favorite character, Claire Francois, the main antagonist of the story. Now, Rei is determined to romance Claire instead of the game's male leads. But how will her villainous ladylove react to this new courtship? Number 8. Shangri-La Frontier, crappy game hunter, challenges god-tier games. Second-year high school student Rakuro Hizutome is interested in one thing only, finding shitty games and beating the crap out of them. His gaming skills are second to none, and no game is too bad for him to enjoy. So when he's introduced to the new VR game Shangri-La Frontier, he does what he does best, min-maxes, and skips the prologue to jump straight into the action. But can even an expert gamer like Rakuru discover all the secrets that Shangri-La Frontier hides? Number 7. Sweet Reincarnation, Treat of Reincarnation. A promising pâtissier meets his demise and leaves the world without ever having achieved his dream of making the world's greatest pastry. But when he is given another chance, he reincarnates as 9-year-old pastry mill mortal, determined to be successful this second time. His life would not be as sweet as his treats, though, as he encounters unfamiliar hardships in the magical world. To get one step closer to his lifelong desire, Pastry must learn how to fight, utilizing his confectionery knowledge and discovering magic along the way. Number 6. Handyman Saitu in Another World. Saitu is an ordinary handyman that gets transported to another world where his skills are very useful. He starts to really understand what it means to be needed. Number 5. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Along with 3 other heroes, 27-year-old Mokuda Tsuyoshi is transported into a fantasy world to rescue a kingdom from a mysterious threat. However, it soon becomes clear that Tsuyoshi has been dragged into the summoning ritual by accident. His only skill turns out to be food menu, which allows him to open an interface where he can purchase and obtain food-related supermarket items from modern Japan. Unceremoniously booted out of the palace, Tsuyoshi sets out on his own into his new world. However, his ability to create delicious dishes unknown to this world soon pays dividends, even attracting the legendary wolf Fenrir. Fenrir is so taken in by the food that the creature immediately forms a contract with Tsuyoshi, becoming his familiar. Followed by this whimsical mythical being, Tsuyoshi takes up a job as a merchant and adventurer, traveling and cooking up mouth-watering meals that never fail to amaze the inhabitants of this world. Number 4. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement, Rookin. One day, Mitsuha falls off a cliff and is transported to a medieval Europe-type world. After a near-death encounter with a pack of wolves, she then realizes that she's able to transport between two worlds, this one and her own. Taking advantage of this ability, Mitsuha decides to live in both worlds and calculates that she'll need 80,000 gold coins to be able to retire. Mitsuha now has to come up with different ways to collect her gold coins.
人生に絶望する俺が開いたの。なんだろう、この扉。
Number 3. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world, too. A mysterious door stands open, inviting a boy who's been brutally bullied all his life to take a courageous step forward into the unknown. On the other side, he finds a hoard of priceless artifacts and a world as filled with magic as it is with monsters. The most shocking revelation, however, is that he can bring whatever he wants back with him when he returns to Earth. It won't be long before this double life changes him forever. Number 2. Farming life in another world. Having died of sickness at the age of 39, Machio Hiraku is given the opportunity to go to another world. When asked what his wish is by God intending to give him strength, he requests to have a healthy body. Offered a second wish, he chooses to live peacefully, a third wish to be able to know the local language, and for a final wish, to be able to be a farmer. Number 1. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Prince Lloyd wasn't always a prince. In fact, his previous life is one he remembers perfectly. He was a sorcerer of sorts. So when he was forced to reincarnate, he decided to continue his studies, prince of the realm or no. But his new life has its own sets of challenges, including being a 10-year-old. What's the 7th prince/sorcerer to do?